Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry about having them, so glad you clicked on. We are starting another What I Read in a Week. I am actually headed out the door right now, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a reading check-in before I go. It is Sunday, August 18th, and I actually finished a book this morning and ended my reading vlog for last week, so hopefully that is up already. But I started reading Darling Girls today. I kind of actually started it yesterday, but I only read the 2-page prologue, so we are a bit farther in now. I'm on page 235, which is why I wanted to check in before I potentially finish it. I could finish this book tonight depending on what I want to do. However, this is what I'm reading. It is a mystery thriller. Definitely not getting thrilling feelings, but definitely getting mystery. There's a lot going on. This is basically following 3 foster girls who become really close and grow up together, and it's following them. There was a murder at the house that they grew up in. The house is no longer there, so it's kind of interesting how it's going, but unraveling a lot of secrets and lies. I don't want to say too much about the actual plot because I don't want to give anything away, but I am enjoying this. It's very interesting and eerie, definitely creepy. Also, definitely check trigger warnings because it is a bit of a darker mystery. So yeah, that's what I'm reading. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update and open up this vlog, but I am now headed. I also look terrible. I have a hair mask in, so my sincere apologies, but I'm headed to my parents' house. Gonna go play volleyball with my sister and brother-in-law, and then we're gonna have dinner. So that is the plan. I probably won't check in again today. I might tonight, who knows? But yeah, I just wanted to say hello. I don't have any reading plans for this week. I do want to try and finish my reading goal of 100 books this month. I only have 7 books left because I just finished one this morning. So I think there's 14 days left in August. So fingers crossed we can do that. We'll see how many I read this week. I read 4 last week, so hopefully this week I have the same luck. But yeah, just want to say hi. I'm gonna go play some volleyball, and I'll see you all a little bit later. Hello friends, good morning. It is the next day. I did not read or update you guys at all last night. We ended up getting home around 9 and just immediately going to bed. So this morning I do have to go to work, but I am planning on finishing Darling Girls. Again, I'm on page 235, so I'm pretty close to done. I could potentially finish this at work today, if all goes according to plan. So I'm gonna be reading this at work, but I don't know what I want to read next. I have a couple of options that I'm going between. These 3 books are my current possible picks. I have Goddess of the River, Louise. I think that this is fall themed. I do have One Dark Window, which I really want to get to before October, I think, because there's special editions to this book coming out, and if I really love it, I want to go ahead and pre-order those. But if I don't love it, then I'm not going to get them. Honestly, leave them right here. So I'm going to try and pick one of those out. But I'm going to go to work now. I work 8 to 4, so well, I get off at 4. So I'm going to come home and just read. I do a little bit of school that I should probably check on today or tomorrow. We'll see. I'll probably do it tomorrow. But yeah, those are the plans. I'm going to finish Darling Girl. This is going to be book 2 of 8 that I need to finish to meet my reading goal. And I think we're on 13 days now. So very exciting stuff. Hello everyone. I am home from work and I do have quite a bit of updates for you guys. So let's just jump on into that. I got home from work at 4:30 and I have been reading ever since. But I finished Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth at work, actually. I was able to finish it, which is very surprising. But it was so fast-paced and so gripping. I honestly really enjoyed this. It's very sinister, twisty. Definitely check for trigger warnings with this one because it does have a lot of dark topics. But I really enjoyed the way that this turned out, and I loved the reveal. I loved how the twist was, and the final chapter was so good as well. I rated this a 4 stars. It was a solid thriller. I know at the start I had said that it wasn't very thrilling, but quickly changed pace and became very thrilling and kept me on the edge of my seat. So this was very fun. If I didn't already explain what it was about, it follows 3 girls who grew up in the same foster care home. So they have these experiences and are going through all of this together, and they are still really close. They see each other like every day, and then they get a call saying that there were bones found underneath the house that they basically grew up in. So they immediately go down and trying to figure out whose bones they are, how it's connected to their caretaker. But yeah, it was really good. Give it a 4 stars. Definitely enjoyed this. I really like Sally Hepworth's writing style. I have read quite a few of her thrillers, and I've always had a really good time with them. So this did not disappoint. I am very happy with it. And then when I got home, I was just looking at my bookcase, and this was standing out to me. I also chose it because it is a shorter book. It's only 350 pages. However, if you look at it, the font is insanely huge, and it's also a young adult fantasy, kind of like adventurous book. So I picked this up because it was my pick for this month for book of the month, and I'm really enjoying it. There is a lot to know in this book. I feel like the information is like kind of all over the place, but also like not all over the place. I think there's just a lot of it, but it's very interesting. I'm still trying to figure out like where the story is going to go. I know that they're obviously searching for dragon fruit. I've never even said the name. This is dragon fruit. I really don't know much about it. I'm on page 103, chapter 10, and I'm just kind of learning where the FMC is coming from. I'm also learning more about the MMC. So essentially, dragon fruit is a very rare thing to find from dragons, and Hanali, I think that's how you say her name if I'm not mistaken, is a result of dragon fruit. She was dying and her father made a wish with dragon fruit, and as it says, every wish demands a price. So he lost his life, and Hanali has been on her own for however long, and then somehow she ends up back in the town where she grew up in and was born, and meets up with one of her childhood friends, Sam, who is a prince, and I am assuming there's going to be a little bit of a romance in here. But I am very interested to see where it's going to go. It's very adventurous, very much of a journey, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I am going to take a pause right now and try and edit my reading vlog from last week. But yeah, we're doing really good with the trying to read 8 books before the end of the month. So I think I have 6 left, and it's looking good. I think I'm gonna make myself a little bit of a coffee here because I think I want to stay up a little bit late. I think I'm going to try and finish this book tonight. I think it's going to be such a fast-paced book. I've only been reading it for a little over an hour, and I'm already on page 103, so young adult adventure type of books always fly by for me, so we're gonna see how much more I can read of this after I start editing the reading vlog from last week. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that update, and I'm gonna go make myself a coffee and I'm gonna get to editing. So I will be back probably with another update later tonight if I potentially finish this book. And when I do, I am going to pick up In the Weeds by B.K. Borison because that is the book that I want to read next. I don't know why, I just really want to, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. about to start getting ready for the day. It is Tuesday, it's my day off, so Andrew and I are going on a date to a winery restaurant type thing. We have like a membership too, so we're headed there probably around noonish, but it is now 10:22 and I did a bit of reading this morning. I have quite a bit to talk about. I actually was able to finish Dragon Fruit this morning and I wanted to talk a little bit about it. I ended up rating it a 3.5. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was definitely very adventurous and kept me very interested, although it wasn't like anything like amazing. It's not gonna like stick with me. It's not like one of my favorite stories, but I did have a lot of fun with it. It is a young adult fantasy and it was very fast-paced and very easy to read. I really liked the whole sea dragon aspect and I loved the adventure of trying to find the dragon fruit. It was just really fun. There's like a little bit of a romance in here. It's very cutesy and sweet, so I like this. It was fun. Nothing crazy again, but I would recommend picking it up if you just want like a really fast, fun read. Like I genuinely just had a good time reading it. This morning, I actually was going to start In the Weeds by B.K. Borson. I think I talked about this in a previous clip, but I said that I was going to start this book, and I did get to page 34, and this is my second time trying to read this book, and I just don't think I like the characters, which is so silly to say considering I'm only on page 34, but I just am having a hard time getting into it. I don't really like the FMC and I don't like the MMC. I also don't love the one night stand trope because I feel like the relationship just starts off on such like a not personal connection type of way, and I'm very much a personal connection type of girly. So I'm having a hard time with this one. So I put a pause on it again for the second time trying to read this. I don't know, I might try like a third time at some point, but I just don't know if this book is going to be for me. I might just skip to the next book in this series. But I did decide to start One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and I am actually very excited about this one. I've had this book for quite some time, I think since it was first released, because it got a lot of hype on Instagram. I don't have TikTok. I haven't had TikTok for like 3 years, so I'm sure this was on TikTok as well, but I am very excited to be getting into it. I tried picking this up a couple of weeks ago on a little bachelorette trip that I was on, but obviously it was very hard to pay attention to what I was reading, so I put it down, but I've picked it back up and now I'm on page 43 and I am very much enjoying it. I think that this is going to be a really cool and fun story to follow. It's very interesting so far, the fantasy world that is coming together. It's definitely more of like a curse and like maybe a dystopian, but I'm really excited to get further into this. I think it's gonna be really fun. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on what I am reading. I'm gonna get ready. I think we're gonna leave probably at like 11:30 because I really want to go. Debating if I want to curl my hair. Hello friends, wow, I'm home from Andrew and I's little date. We got home like around like 2:30ish, and it is now 5:30. So in that time, I did a little bit of school. I found my July wrap-up footage. Found it deep in a cave, so I was able to re-edit and re-upload that video. So I finally have that video going up. It is so late, so happy that I found that, but I edited that completely and then I started editing last week's reading vlog. I'm gonna get a little bit further into that and then I think I'm just gonna chill and read my book. I'm really excited to continue One Dark Window. Andrew and I are about to make homemade pizza. Woody wants to say hello. But yeah, I just want to let you all know that we're back, and I'm going to be reading soon, so I'll be giving you guys a little bit of a reading update probably later tonight or tomorrow morning before I head off to work. I do work tomorrow at 7:33, but I have book club tonight at 7, so that's exciting. I have it with my cousins, and then tomorrow I have book club with my sisters. We're gonna go to Barnes & Noble before, so I'll bring you guys along with us. Very exciting stuff. Hello friends, long time no chit chat. I wanted to talk to you guys before I headed off to work this morning. I don't think I talked to you guys at all yesterday. But I did go to Barnes & Noble with my sisters and we picked out our book for book club next. And we just hung out. I will show you guys what book we picked though. We did a ChatGPT thing. So we each picked out a book and then we put it into ChatGPT and asked them to pick. So they ended up picking, well, this was my younger sister's pick, Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. I've been very intrigued by this book, so I am excited to get into it. But yeah, and then I got these other two books. I got The Love of My Life because I see this everywhere and this cover is so cute and I love the concept of it, so I picked that up. And then I got the sequel to Assistant to the Villain. I got The Apprentice to the Villain. I haven't read The Assistant to the Villain, but I just like think the idea of these books are so cute. I am still reading One Dark Window. I'll give you more of my updates and thoughts on those when I get back home from work. I do have a lot of thoughts and I'm absolutely loving it, so I'm getting ready right now, which is why I look literally horrid. Okay, so it's definitely gonna have to go on a braid today. That's cool. I don't have anything planned tonight except to do or start a school assignment, so that's exciting. Hopefully I'll be able to finish One Dark Window today. That would be ideal if possible. I made myself a cinnamon strawberry coffee. So I did strawberry Nesquik in my cold foam that I made with the cinnamon coffee crunch Chobani creamer, and it's so good. And yeah, I'm gonna go to work, so I'm not late, and I will talk with you guys a little bit later. Hello friends, Andrew and I are about to sit and have dinner, but I wanted to check in and chit chat before we do, because I probably won't update again tonight because I'm really bad at updating at night. So I am reading One Dark Window. I'm on page 285 and I'm absolutely loving this. I'm loving the tiny little romance. The tension there is so good, but also really love this fantasy world and how magic is portrayed in this story. And I really love the eerie, creepy, like kind of mysterious vibes that we're also getting, and I'm really enjoying the little like back and forth and also the like going against what is like said to be right. So if you read this, you know what I'm saying. If you haven't, definitely pick this up. I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting the 5-star potential feelings, so it's really exciting. I'm really enjoying all of the characters that are in this story, and I really love the writing. Everything is like it's a complex kind of story, but also things makes so much sense. the way it's written. It's so good. So I am planning on finishing this up tonight. I just have this short bit left, but we're gonna eat dinner right now and then watch Pretty Little Liars and then get to reading. Hello friends. Update, I'm home from work and I did finish One Dark Window last night. And I'm absolutely so obsessed with this. I am obviously giving it a 5 stars. I had so much fun being in this world and this story. Actually, I don't know if I talked about, did I talk about this? My friends are here, so we'll talk about books later. Hello vlog. I know I tried to talk to you guys yesterday, but my friends came as soon as I pulled out my camera, so I'm updating you now. First, I want to talk about One Dark Window. I finished this on Wednesday? It is now Saturday. Thursday. Yeah, I finished this on Thursday and absolutely loved it. I gave it a 5 stars. I have been thinking about this book non-stop. I'm literally obsessed. I love the characters. I love the fantasy world. I love the storytelling. I love the writing. Everything about this book was so good. Highly recommend picking this up. I'm very excited to continue the series, well, the second book, and I'm really excited to see whatever this author comes out with next. I'm really excited about it. And then I was having a hard time picking what book I wanted to start next, so I did a little poll on my Instagram, and if you're not following, I do have a Bookstagram where I post polls, I post reviews, all sorts of fun stuff, so definitely give me a follow over there if that's something you're interested in. But I posted a poll asking my followers to choose one of 4 books for me to start next, because I had no idea what I wanted to pick up after I finished this. So Apprentice, wow, no. Assistant to the Villain actually won that poll by a pretty good amount, honestly, and I was pretty surprised by it. But I am now officially on page 234, so I have 100 pages left. I started this Friday morning and it is now Saturday evening. We are actually about to head over to Andrew's parents' house, hang out for dinner, so I won't be getting too much reading in. I would love to finish this book tonight or tomorrow morning if possible, but we shall see. I just wanted to give you guys a little update. This is just such a silly, funny, goofy little book. It does feel a little bit long and like a little bit dragged out, but it is like a fun time. I'm not disliking it at all. I do think that it could be a little bit shorter, and I honestly don't really see like the point of the book. Like I don't see the whole reason around it. I think it's just like a fun story to follow, and I do like the characters. I like the banter. I think it's really funny, so I'm having a good time with it. I just like don't really know where it's gonna go, because I know that there is a second book, and I'm assuming it's just going to be a silly, goofy second book as well, but I'm having a good time. I didn't expect too much from this book. I really did just think it was going to be silly, so I'm happy I went into it with those preconceived notions. Hello friends, it is the next morning and I wanted to come on here and wrap up this vlog. I had so much fun reading this week. I want to talk about all the books that I read, do a little bit of a recap. Also, sorry if I'm looking crazy, I have pimple patches on. It is a Sunday morning, so however, I did just finish Assistant to the Villain and I had just such a great time reading this. I had such a fun time reading this. This was just such a silly, goofy, fun time. It wasn't a very hard read, obviously. And honestly, if you're gonna read this book, go in strictly for the fun vibes. Don't expect like a super structured plot or a super in-depth story. This is really just a fun time following the villain and the assistant to the villain. I had so much fun with this. It was such a fun and funny concept. I really liked the characters in this story. I loved how it was dual POV. It was just a fun time following their journey, doing whatever they were doing. It's a super vague plot, like nothing too structured again, but overall I just had a really fun time with this. I thought it was really funny, but it was like a cringy kind of funny, like it was like very cheesy, I would say, but it was just a good time. So I'm very glad that I picked this up. I think I'm gonna settle on a 4 stars for this, honestly, because I did just have such a fun time. It was also a little bit long. Like I feel like towards the middle it was a little bit dragged out, but it picked up towards the end. It ended off on a cliffhanger, so I am very excited to start the second book at some point. I do own it, so I'm happy that I picked that up when I did. But yeah, super fun time, super fun book to end off this reading vlog with. I read One Dark Window, which was a 5-star read for me. So happy that I picked this up. I picked it up a couple of weeks ago on a bachelorette trip and couldn't get into it because it was obviously a lot going on, and reading a fantasy book like this during that time is just not ideal. So I'm very happy that I picked it up at a time where I knew I could spend and really get in deep and focus on this book. So I'm so glad that I did that. This was such a fun book for me. I already rambled on about it, I'm sure, but I really liked the characters. I'm very excited to pick up the sequel to this book. Hopefully next month. I'm probably gonna put it on my September TBR. Another just fun book, I read Dragon Fruit. This was super random. I got it for book of the month just randomly because hello, this cover is stunning. It is a young adult little magical fantasy fun journey time. It was very adventurous and it was genuinely just super fun to be in this world. I really enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the setting, and I did rate it a 3.5 because it's not like standing out to me, but I did really have a good time with this. Nothing to complain about. Besides the beginning, there was just there's a lot of like information about the world, but honestly it's world building, so what else can you expect? And then the final book, which I believe I read in this vlog, is Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. This was so fun as well, not fun. This was so mysterious and really engaging, so I'm very happy that I picked this up as well. I rated this one, I think, a 4 stars as well. I had a good time with this. Very interesting, very thrilling, very mysterious, very creepy. And I feel like the vibes set in this book were done really well. The ambiance was set really well. I really liked the characters, the way that their stories were told, and the way it all came together at the end was really entertaining, and I think it wrapped up very nicely. Those are all of the books that I was able to read this week. I had such a great time. I'm really glad that I got through 4 more books. I think for my reading goal, I only need to read 4 more books. I think. Yeah, I think I'm at 90, oh, I guess 3 now because I finished Assistant to the Villain. So I'm at 97 out of 100 books on my reading goal for 2024, and I am going to start the next reading vlog for next week. But yeah, I just want to come on here, wrap up this vlog, say thank you guys so much for watching. I am really excited for the next one and hopefully to meet my goal. So yeah, I hope I will see you all in the next one. Toodaloo!